Good evening. All right, everybody's here. Hey, really appreciate your patience. We had an extremely extensive work session today, so thanks for just being patient with us today. And you know, you're here in the air conditioning, so hopefully that made it a little bit more convenient. Just thinking about the heat advisories we've been under, it's just been sweltering hot for sure. And in the midst of that, I'm just thinking, I'm not sure how many social feeds you're following around the school district, but it's quite affirming to see so many volunteers step up and do work days around so many different campuses across the district, even in the midst of this crazy heat. So I just want to say thank you to all the volunteers that have stepped up, community leaders, cities stepping in to donate foliage and plants and all kinds of different things along the way to set up our campuses in preparation for the students to arrive. There's something about a clean campus which is amazing. So, and then on top of that, I don't know if you've seen these banners that have been going around. Polk County Schools, we are a B-rated district, so there is a lot to celebrate. Indeed, and we're on our way to an A. So Superintendent, that's the goal, is to be an A district, so let's get moving. So huge thank you to everyone, every person working to make Polk Schools the greatest pillar of hope within our community. So the board, the superintendent, and I were pleased that you joined us tonight, and we're here to celebrate student achievement. And we're going to celebrate you tonight, and so many other things that are happening around the school district, so we're very thankful for our guests tonight. We're going to review information. We're going to make some policy decisions tonight related to the effective operation of the Polk County School Board. So I would like to call the July 29, 2025 regular school board meeting to order. And at this time, if you could please stand, Bishop Mincy is going to lead us in our invocation, and we do have a special guest to lead us in the pledge tonight.
Shall we pray? Kind Father, in Jesus' name, we're thankful for the gift of this another day. Thank you for your many blessings of life, health, and strength. Thank you for the privilege to be in this space tonight. Thank you for this board, its chair and vice chair, and all of the members that serve. Thank you for Superintendent and all of its staff, and for all of the entire Polk County district of students and teachers and paras and principals and lunchroom workers and custodial staff. We just want to say thank you for all that you have done and all that you'll continue to do for us tonight. Lord Jesus, we ask that you would look on this meeting and let this meeting be a blessing, not just to us that are in this room, but to all that will listen in. And I just ask that you would be with us and guide us and protect us. I thank you for absent member of the board, Mr. Nolte. I ask for your strength for him and your blessings upon his life. I ask that you would bless, oh God, all that we do, and let whatever we do bring glory, honor, and praise to your name. And we will tell you thank you for all that you will continue to do for us. Bless us as we prepare for this next coming up school year to begin on the 11th. And I ask that your protection will be upon this district. Be with us now, and we will give you glory, we'll give you honor, we'll give you praise. And we say thank you for all things. We ask it in the wonderful name of our Lord Jesus Christ, we pray. Amen.
Amen, amen. Thank you, Bishop Mincy. And Miss Foster, if you can step forward.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Well done, well done. So if everybody can have a seat except our special guest tonight. Wow, you just stepped right up and you led us so well. So thank you for doing that. So if you could, introduce yourself and any guests that you have with you tonight.
I have my mom and dad and my aunt and Miss Santangelo.
Wow. All right. All right. So if y'all can wave to us. All right. Excellent. Thanks for being in the audience tonight. All right. So I've got. How many questions should I ask? Because I can have so many questions, but I'll try to limit them. Okay. Are you? Oh, you read it. So I'll start with the first question. What are some hobbies or things that you like to do outside of school?
I like to run.
Wow, that is really impressive. So, okay, so we read your bio, right? So we know a little information, but the general public and our guests tonight, they don't know about that one. So you're like a avid runner, not just like I like to run in the playground. I mean, you're an avid runner. So can you tell me how many races you did this year?
5.
5. Whoa. Okay, now, and then distance-wise, do you know, like, yeah. So you did 5 5Ks. Did y'all hear that? That is so impressive that yeah. Like, how do you prepare for a 5K race? And you've done 5 of them? That is amazing. Congratulations. Well done. All right. So, other things that you do hobby wise? Or other things that you're interested in?
Painting.
Painting. So, yeah, we read you're an artist. You're interested in art. So, you like to paint. So, what would be your favorite thing to paint? When you look back at all the work that you've done, what's the favorite thing that you've painted?
A rainbow.
Really? Oh, that's amazing. All right. So now, okay, we got your hobbies, we got your background. Now, okay, you're very disciplined from what I'm seeing and understanding. So you like to run. I mean, that's a very disciplined thing to be able to do that. And then you like the creativity and the art. That's amazing. Now, transition to schooling. What is your favorite subject in school?
Art.
That's your favorite subject. All right. See, they can go hand in hand. That's awesome. All right. Very good. And I see you've got so many other things that you're involved in as well at school. Can you give us some ideas of what those things are?
Reading.
And help me understand this one. I think that you're involved in 4-H. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Yeah. Other things? Oh, I've got the list. This list is long, long. But you get involved in cheer as well. Did I see that? Wow, that is impressive. Very impressive. What else do we have? Oh, this one's really interesting to me as well. So, I mean, you're very disciplined. You're a runner. You're an artist. You're creative, but you like to read too, is what I saw. Do you have an idea how many books that you've read?
Over 150.
Isn't that amazing? Did y'all see that? 150 AR books? All right, that is pretty incredible. That is quite motivating to all of us. Okay, so now if we can get to maybe one or two more questions, but okay, if you had your biggest dream that you have, right? The biggest dream of what you want to be or do in the future, what would it be?
Paint like a sky that's sunset.
Oh, yes. Yeah. It's almost sunset right now. You probably go out and paint the sky right now. Okay. That is amazing. All right. And then your school is what? What school do you attend?
Valley View Elementary.
Valley View Elementary. All right. Very good. So if you can give us one thing that you really enjoy about Valley View, what would it be?
Doing math in there.
Wow. Did I hear math? Wow, that's amazing. All right, well, Ms. Foster, we are so thankful that you joined us tonight. You are doing so many incredible things. So thank you for sharing your journey and your educational experiences with us. So if you could, we're going to have you step in front and you can have your guests join you. And we're going to get a picture. And if we can give her a round of applause. That's amazing, y'all. 5Ks. Did we have the coin, by the way?
Did you notice her earrings and her bow?
No. I feel like I need a picture of that. All right, let me see. Look at the pencils. Oh my goodness. And the color scheme and everything.
Did you know Dr. Allen's favorite thing in the world is a pencil?
Miss Foster, I am passionate about pencils. My favorite pencil, by the way, is the Blackwing 602. Yeah, so if you don't know anything about the Blackwing 602, it does have a cult following, by the way. But it was the very first pencil to have wax injected into the graphite core. On top of that, okay. We got a meeting to go to. Thank you for wearing the pencils. That's awesome. All right. Thank y'all for being here so much. It's awesome. Y'all have a great night. All right, I guess we need to get to our meeting. All right, board members, the first item on our agenda tonight is to accept our agenda. Superintendent Hyde, do we have any revisions tonight?
And Mr. Chair, yes, sir, we do. We have several revisions. Item H, number 4, resolutions to amend district school budget 2024-2025. Attachment was added. Item H, number 5, resolutions to amend district school budget 24-25. An attachment was added. Item I, number 1, staff district updates. Item was removed. Item L, number 6, various projects, confirmation approval of contracts and contract changes under $250,000. An attachment was updated. Item L, number 7, facility usage agreement with the YMCA. Attachment was updated. Item M, number 1, non-instructional personnel items. Attachment was added. Item M, number 1, administrative and instructional personnel actions. An attachment was added. Item V, number 2, tentative budget and millage rates. Attachments were added. And Mr. Chair, there is one other under human resources. That item is being amended as we speak. And that's the instructional personnel actions. That item is being amended to remove an individual from the termination list this evening.
Thank you, Superintendent, and we'll address that when we get to the consent as well. So at this time, the chair will entertain a motion to accept the agenda for July 29th, 2025 with the noted revisions. Do I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second.
All right, so Mr. Keys made the motion and Mr. Sharpless seconded. Any discussion, board members, on those changes or the agenda? All right. Seeing none, I'll call for a vote at this time. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And that motion carries. Superintendent, could you lead us through the new administrators?
Be my pleasure. New administrators, we ask that when I call your name, please step to the podium. And if you are joined by family, friends, loved ones, colleagues, all of the above, please have them join you after you come to the podium so that we can get a picture with all of you together. So, Ms. Lauren Hinton, Acting Senior Director for Accounting, is being promoted to Senior Director of Accounting. Not with us this evening. Lisa Hollis, Acting Director of Benefits, is being promoted to Director of Benefits. Good evening.
Good evening, Superintendent Hyde and Polk County School Board members. I am honored and excited to officially step into this role as an administrator. Thank you, Heather Jenkins, Linda King, and Alba Sostri for your mentorship and guidance. Over the past few months, I've witnessed firsthand a genuine commitment to support our employees. It's clear this district values its people. To my incredible team in benefits and leave of absence, thank you. Your hard work and commitment to supporting our employees make a real difference every single day. As I look ahead, I remain committed to continuous improvement. My goals include enhancing operational efficiency, streamlining processes, and most importantly, improving employee experience and engagement. I believe when we take care of our people, they're empowered to take care of our students. Once again, thank you so much for this opportunity. I look forward to collaborating with you all soon.
Fantastic. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Next, we have Laura Hess, Acting Assistant Director, ESC-related services, being promoted to Assistant Director of ESC-related services.
Good evening, Superintendent Hyde, members of the school board, administrators, staff, and community members. I want to express my sincere gratitude for the opportunity to stand before you today. I am both honored and humbled to accept the position of Assistant Director of Related Services. It's a privilege to continue this work alongside a team of passionate educators who believe in the potential of every child. I'd like to take a moment to thank Jesus, my Savior, family, my friends that have become my family, and my children, Madison, Elsie, and Levi, whose unwavering support and love have carried me through every step of this journey. They've grounded me, inspired me, and reminded me daily why this work matters. This role represents more than just a promotion. It's the continuation of a commitment I made to the families of Polk County over 20 years ago. Since that time, I have been devoted to serving those families with integrity, advocating for equity, and working with heart and purpose. As I transition into this role, I bring with me my years of experience in special education, but more importantly, I bring a deep belief in the power that public education can change lives and that all children can learn. I'm excited for the opportunity to learn from you all, commit to continue building strong relationships in our community, and promote our values and vision. Thank you again for this opportunity and for your trust in me.
Congratulations. Great job. And last but certainly not least, Joseph Evans, Acting Assistant Principal at McLaughlin Middle High School, is now being promoted to Assistant Principal at McLaughlin Middle High School. Congratulations.
I just want to thank everybody for the opportunity. I mean, I've been working so hard to get to this opportunity and look forward to helping those students here at McLaughlin, succeed and achieve their goals. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That concludes new administrators, sir.
Thank you, Superintendent. Always enjoy hearing from our staff. Appreciate that moment in our meeting. The next item up is our special recognitions. Superintendent, would you lead us through our special recognitions as well?
It would be my pleasure. At this time, I'd like to ask Ms. Kay Fields to please step down to assist with this evening's recognition. And while Ms. Fields makes her way, I'd like to welcome Jeanette Crowley, Director of Strategic Planning and Partnerships, for the recognition of the Focused on Excellence sponsors this evening.
Huge.
Chair, school board members, Superintendent Hyde, it's a pleasure to be here with you tonight to recognize our Focus on Excellence sponsors. We're going to begin with our 2025 highlight video.
The Focus on Excellence Employee Recognition Campaign celebrates the important contributions of PCPS staff members from all employee groups. With the hustle and bustle of maintaining one of the 30th largest school districts in the nation, many employees can be overlooked and not receive the recognition they deserve. But Focus on Excellence is changing that. 12 employees nominated by their peers are selected each quarter as winners and receive prizes from our generous sponsors. In addition, they're invited to a special appreciation luncheon and recognized at a school board meeting. All winners are also highlighted on the district's social media channels and website. Many winners say that this moment of appreciation leaves a lasting impact on them, both personally and professionally.
I feel so honored to be selected for Focus on Excellence. I feel like I've truly had a great blessing of being able to be a part of Polk County Schools and make a mark on it. And this, I feel like, is a great representation of the fact that my mark is being represented.
People go through their slumps. They get a little tired, especially on different stretches and with all the testing that we do. And receiving something like this, you go, okay, like, wow, how can I get this feeling to everybody else so they can feel the pride and the excitement?
Everybody's important in the school. Sometimes the rest of the people not see because we're working in the night or we're working when the teachers are out. But it's important that they show for have the school clean, safe, and everything working.
It recognizes people that don't get recognized. It reaches out to people that we'll never even hear about. Because we're all so different and spread out, this kind of brings everybody together where everyone can see that, others are doing a good job when you don't even know that they even exist or what their skill or trade is.
It means a lot. I can't describe it. I do my job, I love my job. To be able to help those students, parents, making sure they're getting to school, to and from safely. I may be the only light that child may see or may ever know. So to know that I'm able to be a difference, oh my God, again, I can't describe the feeling.
This has personally motivated me to encourage people in my life and just to remember that just sometimes nominating someone for something, taking the time to do that can really be helpful in that person's life, maybe even changing the trajectory of their lives. And we have no idea how much influence we can have through being an encourager.
There are more than 13,000 employees working hard every day to support our schools and students. We need your help to find them and tell their stories. Any PCPS employee can submit nominations during the 2025 through 2026 nomination windows at polkschoolsfl.com/excellence. You can also follow, and share all the news and great happenings occurring in Polk County Public Schools. We can't wait to spotlight more outstanding staff members in the coming months. At PCPS, we always stay focused on excellence.
I'm proud of the impact that this meaningful program has on our employees. Before I introduce our program sponsors, I do want to take a moment to thank all the PCPS employees who do submit nominations during the year. I want to thank the Public Relations and Strategic Partnerships team members and numerous departments throughout the district who together make this campaign successful for Polk County Public Schools. We have amazing business partners in our community who come alongside us each day. Because of their commitment to our community, Polk County Public Schools, and this program, we continue to excel. At this time, when I call your business name, I'd like you to please come forward. We have a special recognition of our a gift and appreciation. Thank you's not enough, but we do want to publicly recognize you and then just give you an opportunity if you want to say a few words just on the support that you give for Polk County Public Schools and the benefits. So IDX Brands is a partner of ours. They're not here with us tonight. We have Mid-Florida Credit Union, Ryan Rogers, with us tonight. Ryan, will you please come forward?
Thank you so much. Good evening. It's always good to see you all. Thank you for the work you do. We're proud to be a partner with Focus on Excellence. We love this program because healthy organizations recognize their employees and the great work they're doing. And I don't know of a better organization to support than our schools for the great work they do, whether in the classroom or supporting behind the scenes or alongside our teachers in the schools. I mean, it's investing in our future. So on behalf of Mid-Florida, we're always excited to be a part of Focus on Excellence and the great work you all do supporting this program. So.
Next sponsor I'd like to recognize is Public Supermarkets, Inc., Sign Gypsies, and we have Hand and Stone Massage and Facial Spa with us tonight, Stephanie Schultz. We want to thank sponsor Chick-fil-A, Bartow. We also want to thank CPS Investment Advisors, AD Morgan. Next, we have Central Florida Development Council, Lindsay Zimmerman and Sean Malott. Would you please come forward?
Good evening, school board members. Just want to say that the community's success is positively correlated to the success of our schools, and we appreciate you and we appreciate the work. And congratulations on the B school rating. And again, we're definitely behind you, and we appreciate being a part of this program and really the opportunity to sponsor, because really this is a way to be able to recognize the backbone of our school system. So thank you for the chance. So thank you.
Another program sponsor is Dixie Southern Industrial, Inc. Next, we have Orlando Health with us, Don Willis and Matt Latier.
Thank you, Superintendent Hyde and the school board for the opportunity to support this program. But we love working with Jeanette. She does an amazing job to keep us involved. But I'll just say that we are so proud of the schools with the new B rating. We work very hard in the medical academies in some of the schools this year and some of the other opportunities that we've been given through the school system. And we're just excited to continue that as we move towards opening our hospital in 2026. So thank you.
And next, we have the club at Eaglebrook, Monica Youngblood with us.
Well, thank you everybody for being here tonight. The Club at Eagle Brook, we love to be a part of the community wherever we can to help out. My father is actually a teacher in Broward County school system, but I know firsthand just how much effort and love gets poured into the classroom. And I think it's beautiful to have an organization and things put together to appreciate, like people have said, that backbone. From every level, there's just so much that goes into the future of our community. So thank you so much. Awesome.
And lastly, I'd like to recognize Connect Ed Polk, Dr. Melody Ryder, for their support and partnership as well. So she's not with us tonight, but this concludes my presentation.
I'd like to invite Ms. Crowley to remain at the podium for the recognition of the United Way Campaign Award winners for the 2024 United Way Employee Giving Campaign.
I'll let them get in here for a minute.
Hopefully the superintendent's office won again.
All right, thank you, Superintendent, Chair Allen, school board members. Each year, a school district conducts an employee workplace campaign to support the United Way of Central Florida. For the 4th year in a row, staff had the opportunity to also donate to the Polk Education Foundation through the Employee Giving Campaign. Funds raised for United Way and Polk Education Foundation are combined and count towards our overall giving to the United Way of Central Florida. The total amount of funds raised for the 2024 campaign is $48,666.62. And of this amount, over $8,000 was raised for the Polk Education Foundation. We had 44 schools and 12 departments participate, and Polk County Public Schools ranks number 23 in total giving to United Way of Central Florida out of over 500 companies.
Wow.
At this time, I'd like to invite Christina Kreiser-Jackson, President and CEO of the United Way of Central Florida, to say a few words.
Thank you, Jeanette. We are so grateful to be here because we know this is a group effort, and we know that it takes every school to participate and to be involved, but we are also so grateful for your leadership and the many ways that you support our schools in their United Way campaigns. Whether it's the Halloween Fest or if it's being in dunk tanks, you all truly step up and serve in various capacities. And we are so grateful for this opportunity to recognize some of the schools today. So Jeanette?
Yeah, all right. All right. It's a drum roll every year, but I'd like to announce our winners now. So when I call your name, please come forward, and then we have some gifts for you as well, along with a certificate. So our top high school is Lake Gibson Senior High. Okay. They raised $4,424 this year. All right. Congratulations.
He gets it every time. Let's give him his AP a chance.
Oh, we got props.
Our top middle school and highest amount raised overall is Lake Gibson Middle School at $4,645.
Pretty good.
Our top elementary school is Winston Academy of Engineering at $2,086.50. Our top department, Office of the Superintendent, with $4,572.10.
Oh.
Yeah, you want to add some more money?
I beat the high school. I always beat Ryan, but I wanted to beat the middle school, so I may have to throw an extra $100 in there somehow. Do you want me to come down, or?
Yeah, come down. Wendy, come down.
This really is his pride and joy. Please. Some celebration.
Challenge accepted.
And next, we'd like to recognize a school and department with highest gain in employee participation. We actually have 2 departments in 1 school. So we've got the school board members. Yay, all school board members, okay? So this is the highest gain in employee participation from the 2023 to the 2024 year, okay? You had 22.2% in gain, okay? That's awesome.
Told us.
Awesome. Yes. Yes. You want to come down for a photo?
We had good influence.
Yes, ma'am.
Shift to your left.
Yes. Sorry.
Talking. Sorry. Congratulations.
Our school with the highest gain in employee participation was Pinewood Elementary, 15.85%.
Thank you.
Our next department with the highest gain in employee participation is federal programs at 15.79%.
Hello. So I get the pleasure of announcing the Philanthropist of the Year, which is definitely an honor that is something to be proud of. And we were so grateful to be able to help in that decision to choose that person. And kind of to give you an idea of why we chose this person. So you kind of heard about the dunk tanks. This person sat in a dunk tank in October when it was nice and chilly. Her husband is the one that built the dunk tank. We'll let you think about that. But she sat out there, let the children throw balls and get water dunked on her for their the Rise of the Great Pumpkin. It was a great event. It brought the community together. It was amazing. She changed schools. So unfortunately, we saw the school that she left decreased in their participation. But that just really is a testament to how great she is as a leader and just a philanthropist in our community. So we are so grateful to announce the Philanthropist of the Year is Ms. Sheila Gregory.
Come say a few words. Well, I'll say a few words on her behalf. Okay, so last year when she left her school, she told me, I will remain on top. I will bring my middle school to the top. And she did. So she is passionate about the campaign. She gets her school involved. You've partnered with Lake Gibson High School. So I just think that the community event is just going to keep growing and growing. And we're excited to be there if we can. United Way came out. So thank you for what you do and congratulations on your awards, not only top middle school, but overall, and then Philanthropist of the Year. So we appreciate you. You're welcome.
All right, if we can just do a group photo of everybody, and then we'll be done with photos.
Yes.
We have an interruption in the presentation. 1 second. I do only want to
This was kind of planned on our side, not planned on Jeanette's side. And I know she hates surprises, but we've been celebrating a lot about the campaign with Polk County Public Schools. And there is one person that makes this all work behind the scenes that puts up with James and I during the campaign. And the reason this campaign does so well every year is because of Jeanette. And so we got you a little award as well. So we want to present you with the United Way Elite Campaign Coordinator Award. But really, Jeanette is just a testament to kind of the person that you truly would hope to have in your schools and in your community. And this campaign really doesn't run without Jeanette. So thank you.
Thank you.
You can't cry.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I owe you a new one, but
thank you. All right. Very much surprised.
Yes.
Last one.
And this last recognition is not a surprise to Jeanette Crowley. We were just speaking to her and mentioning that the fact that it seems like this time of year comes around so quickly every year. We're very grateful to kick off the official United Way of Central Florida campaign on August 14th. We hope to have you all here and continue the support of the school board members. I know I'm constantly inspired by these employee coordinators, and they have such busy roles, but they continuously do more to impact our community. As you all know, United Way is in the business of understanding the greatest needs and addressing those with I hope he didn't. Okay, he didn't leave. Okay, good. With the Polk County Public Schools. As we change a focus from early education and academic achievement to more youth opportunities, we have excitement because we know that there's opportunities for us to still focus on our core, which are our partner agencies, Girls Inc., Boys and Girls Club, Learning Resource Center, Early Learning Coalition, all of the agencies that really help us prepare our students for school. But we're also looking at our partnerships and how we work with you all on a regular basis. Whether it's Reading Pals, community schools, Children's Resource Center, the development classes, support groups for families with children with Down syndrome, support groups for families with children with autism, and now our RARE course, which will be a new support group for families. And that all comes back to also our End Hunger Drops, because we know that no student can do their best when they're hungry, sick, or in pain. We took tremendous delight and just we're so proud of you all when the announcement was made that the district was getting a B. And we're very grateful that we get to share one leader in common on our board, and that's Superintendent Hyde. And he really does go out of his way to serve our community, not only within the school district, but within community organizations. And he and Patty are such a great asset to our local community. Some would say he reminds us of Thor, a popular god, revered for his strength, courage, and role as a protector of students. His hammer, or coins, are popular symbols often given out as amulets for protection of our students. The name Thor is reflected in the English word Thursday, demonstrating the god's lasting influence. And even though it's Tuesday, we are so proud to have a moment this evening to thank you for your lasting influence that you are providing for Polk County and for our schools. So congratulations, Superintendent Hyde, and And thank you all for your leadership and for all the ways that you inspire others to get involved in our local community.
Best board meeting ever.
Now that concludes my presentation.
If I can, I just want to jump in there real quick to say thank you to the United Way, and as the board member who sits on for the Polk Education Foundation, we really appreciate your partnership with us, the Employee Giving Campaign. Absolutely fantastic. And the board of the PEF is also grateful for the United Way's recent contribution of $20,000 from the George Jenkins Foundation Youth Opportunity Grant to help those students with the greatest needs. So really, we want to thank United Way. And this year, Polk Education Foundation reached $1 million in scholarships for the first time, and it couldn't be done without partnerships like we have with United Way. So thank you guys for that.
Oh, that is so cute. Yeah, you need to put it right there.
Spitting image.
Oh, yeah. Closet? I put it in the closet. In the closet.
We still have one more thing to do. Last, I'd like to welcome Summer Holzhauer, I got it right, Coordinator of Teacher Engagement for the recognition of the High Impact Teacher Corps.
Superintendent Hyde and board members, it is always a pleasure to be here, especially when we are honoring our teachers. These teachers are recognized as high impact teachers for the state of Florida, and to give them the justice that they deserve, I'm going to ask Christy Bassett to come up and introduce them and speak on the program.
Thank you. Thank you, Summer. Good evening.
Superintendent Hyde, board members, and district staff. I am Dr. Christy Bassett. I am the 2015 Florida Teacher of the Year, but before that, I was the 2014 Polk County Teacher of the Year. Thank you for welcoming here this evening to share a little bit about 5 of Polk's outstanding educators. Last year, when my family and I returned to Polk County, I was thrilled when the Florida Department of Education asked if I would facilitate and coach the High Impact Teacher Corps, specifically when they asked if I would coach Polk County's teachers. I have been so impressed with all the High Impact participants, but so very proud of Polk's educators. To even be invited into this program, these teachers have to have multiple years of exceptional student data. However, not only do they create academic environments and deliver instruction that results in outstanding academic outcomes for students, they have an eagerness to support other teachers to help make an impact in classrooms beyond their own. Through the High Impact program, each of them has mentored at least one colleague to help coach and collaborate with that teacher to create engaging lessons, improve instructional delivery, and guide data-driven decision-making. They have opened their classrooms to their peers and welcomed feedback in the mentoring process. Over the last year, they have represented Polk County and the district's commitment to students so very well. I am honored to have had the privilege of working with them, and now I have the privilege to introduce each of them to you. So, first we have Kelly Hunzinger from Tenorock High School. Sorry, Summer, I think I'm going a little bit out of order. Okay. I can do coins. That may help you a little bit, if you don't mind. I like these coins. Thank you. Okay, I'll go in order now. We have Alta Grace Simon. She was at Shelley S. Boone Middle School, but is now at Daniel Jenkins Academy for the upcoming school year. We have Hannah Sims from Davenport High School. We have Douglas Lloyd from Lake Region High School. And Johansson Colas from Lena Vista Elementary. Board members and staff, thank you so much for recognizing these excellent educators. Okay. That's awesome. Oh, yes.
Let's go ahead. If there are family, friends, and loved ones, you can come down and we can take individual photos as well. So please join your... Perfect.
Okay.
Excellent. Thank you.
Alta Grace,
Congratulations.
did you want? Okay.
Very good.
least one individual. Y'all come get one individual for me.
Please.
Thank you. Kelly, will you come get one by yourself? Kelly was hoping her little one, she not only did this program, but she also was working on a future Polk County student this school year. But they are out in the hallway. So thank you so much this evening. Earlier, Dr. Allen asked what the wish would be of our student who so wonderfully said the pledge. And I thought, well, what would my wish be? My wish would be that every Florida student had a teacher like these 5. So thank you so much for honoring them this evening.
And Mr. Chair, that concludes special recognitions for this evening.
All right, thank you, Superintendent Hyde. Thanks to our guests for coming out tonight as well. A lot to celebrate for sure. All right, board members, next up would be public comment on our agenda. And this would be for items on the agenda to be voted upon. We do not have any cards for that. And it's just a reminder, we do have 3 opportunities to speak. So we do have some comments as we get to our public hearing as well. So we're going to move down from the public comment section to the approval of minutes. So looking at your agenda, we've got, looks like, should be 6 sets of minutes. 4 sets of minutes that we're going to approve tonight. So the first set of minutes is for the April 10th, 2025 special work session meeting. The chair will now entertain a motion to accept the April 10th, 2025 special work session meeting minutes as written. Do I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second. All right, Mr. Keys made the motion and Mr. Sharpless seconded that. Any comments? All right, seeing none at this point, I'll call for a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed? All right, and that motion carries. The second set of minutes is for the April 30th, 2025 special work session board retreat meeting. And the chair will now entertain a motion to accept those meeting minutes as written. Do I have a motion and a second on this set of minutes? All right. Ms. Fields made the motion and Mr. Sharpless seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, I'll call for a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That motion carries. The third set of meeting minutes is for the June 10th, 2025 school board meeting. So the chair will now entertain a motion to accept the June 10th meeting minutes as written. Do I have a motion and a second?
Second.
All right, Ms. Fields made the motion and Ms. Wyatt seconded it. Any discussion? Seeing none, I'll call for a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And that motion carries. And the fourth and last final set of minutes would be for the June 10th, 2025 work session minutes. So the chair will now entertain a motion to accept those as written. Do I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second.
All right, Ms. Wyatt made the motion and Mr. Keys seconded it. All right, any discussion? I'll call for a vote at this time. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And that motion carries. Give a minute here. Are we good? Make sure you get an opportunity to cast your vote there, please.
Ms. Miller voted, okay.
All right, very good. Moving down the agenda at this point, we're at the consent agenda. And the chair will entertain a motion to accept the July 29, 2025 consent agenda as printed. Do I have a motion and a second?
Move to approve.
Second.
All right, Ms. Miller made the motion and Ms. Wyatt seconded it. Any discussion, board members? And then Superintendent, if you want to give context on that item that you noted earlier in the revision?
Yes, sir. Actually, Mr. Chair, that item was, we were able to amend that item and upload the appropriate document, so that individual was removed from the list. So.
All right, great. Thank you, Superintendent. Any other discussion, board members, on the consent agenda? Again, these are items that we've thoroughly discussed and then even addressed during work session today as well. So seeing no comments at this point, I'll call for a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye. 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 Any opposed? And that motion carries unanimously. All right. Next up, we are at our action agenda for tonight. And the first item on the agenda is U1, entitled FSBA Advocacy Committee Representative and Alternate. So the suggested action is to approve Ms. Fields for the FSBA Advocacy Committee Representative and to approve Mr. Keys for the FSBA Advocacy Committee Alternate. So the chair will now accept a motion and a second.
So moved.
All right. Mr. Sharpless made the motion.
Second.
And Ms. Wyatt seconded. All right. Any discussion, board members, on this item? Really thankful for our board members to step up in this role to serve. Mr. Sharpless, you are recognized.
Yes, during work session, I recommended these two. I want to thank Board Member Fields for her work on the advocacy committee, and I'm thankful that she has agreed to want to do this again. It's a very important role where we set legislative agendas for the Florida School Board Association that we advocate for in Tallahassee. So thank you very much, and Mr. Keys, thank you for stepping up and agreeing to be the alternate.
Thank you, Mr. Sharpless. Seeing no other comments, I'll call for a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye. 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 Any opposed? And that motion carries. We are at U2, and this one's entitled Attendance Boundary Committee Appointee. The suggested action is to approve the appointment of Kenneth Kipp to the Attendance Boundary Committee. So the chair will now entertain a motion and a second.
So moved. Second.
Mr. Keys made the motion and Mr. Sharpless seconded it. Any discussion, fellow board members? Very good. Mr. Keys, you are recognized.
So Mr. Kipp was my recommendation to the Attendance Boundary Committee, having previously served as the vice chair of that committee and stepping off to pursue a seat on the school board. Had a need to fulfill that seat. Mr. Kipp is a long-serving member of the community of Haines City, served as previously mayor in the city of Haines City, city commissioner, and was actually a district employee for quite some time, from 1998 to 2022, working for the district, both as a teacher and a dean, and ended his career at Haines City Senior High School. Just wonderful advocate of the community, has 2 children that went through, now grandchildren coming through the public school system, and actually pulled me to the side after coming onto the board and says, is there anything I can do to help out the district? Although I've retired from the district, I really feel a need to fulfill, a role, and there's anything I could do to help. So I said, ask and you shall receive. Mm-hmm. And so when that vacancy came up, I asked Mr. Kipp, and he emphatically said yes. He goes, whatever I can do to help out. So I think he's going to be quite an addition to that, having knowledge, is serving as priorly a mayor and a city commissioner of the ins and outs that committee will face and questions, and also being a former employee of the district. Just a wonderful fit. So pleased to recommend Mr. Kipp on that.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Keys and Mr. Sharpless. You're recognized.
Yes, I'd like to echo Board Member Keys' statements. Mr. Kipp is a wealth of knowledge. You can see his experience, especially in Northeast Polk, I think is very important. When it comes to the Attendance Boundary Committee, we're focusing on growth and what pocket of Polk County is not growing faster than the northeast pocket of Polk County. And so his knowledge will be beneficial to that committee. And so great job, Board Member Keys, for appointing him.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Sharpless. Good work, by the way. And, previous to being in your role as school board members, it really demonstrated well today as we were talking about attendance boundary and your previous work before being a board member. So thank you guys for that as well. All right, so we have the motion and a second. No other discussion at this point. Those in favor signify by saying aye. 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 Any opposed? And that motion carries. We're down to U3, and this is entitled Florida Educator Health Trust Agreement. So the suggested action is to approve the participation agreement with Flight and the basically to appoint the superintendent as well, or as his representative as a trustee of the trust. So the chair will now accept a motion and a second.
Second.
All right, Ms. Fields made the motion and Ms. Wyatt seconded that. So we've got a motion and a second. Any discussion, board members, on this? This is a very positive move for the district as well. All right, seeing no discussion on this one, I'll call for a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye. 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 Any opposed? And that motion carries. Next up is U4, entitled Dual Enrollment, Warner University. And the recommended action is to approve the dual enrollment Warner University agreement. As you noted in the consent, we did approve several other universities as well. And inside these agreements, you see language that notes a tuition waiver, providing our students an opportunity to earn college credit at no cost to them or their family. This is huge. I mean, this is college success and college savings really hinge on these access points for our students. I was just looking at the district report card on this item. We had about 5,000 students enroll in dual enrollment last year, which is pretty impressive. So that's an increase from the previous year as well. So the chair will accept a motion at this time. All right, Ms. Fields made the motion and Ms. Miller seconded. So we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? I do see Mr. Sharpless. You are recognized.
As noted at the board work session earlier today, I'm abstaining from this vote due to my relationship with Warner University as an employee.
Thank you, Mr. Sharpless. All right, seeing no other comments at this time, I'll call for a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye. 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 And those opposed? And that motion carries. We are down to U5, and this one's entitled Dual Enrollment, Southeastern University. And the suggested action is to approve the dual enrollment with Southeastern University agreement. So the chair will now accept a motion at this time.
So moved.
All right, Mr. Keys made the motion and Ms. Fields seconded. So we've got a motion and a second at this point. Discussion? I see Ms. Wyatt. You're recognized.
Thank you, Dr. Allen. I will be abstaining from this vote due to my relationship with Southeastern University, and the proper paperwork has been filed.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Wyatt. So at this time, I'll call for a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye. 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 Any opposed? And that motion carries. All right. Thank you, board members, on your work around these items. We are now going to move to our public hearing. And at this point, we will go into a public hearing. I now open the public hearing. The first order of business would be any comments on these two items that are before us. And I actually do have two cards, so I'll set the parameters of our public comments. So basically, we'll now begin with the public comments portion of our public hearing for those who have registered. So just as before, all speakers, you're going to be given 3 minutes to speak. The light will turn yellow when you have 1 minute left, and then you'll hear a beep when your time is concluded. All comments should be directed to myself as the board chair, and as a reminder, public comments are an opportunity for us to hear your thoughts and your comments. This is not a question and answer session at this time. However, if you're seeking additional information, I encourage you to contact any of us or the superintendent outside of the board meetings, and then we would be happy to have that deeper conversation. The first person I would like to call up would be Deborah Mondale. And then on deck, and if you could, there's a red line over on this side. If you can step over to the red line, Luis Feliciano. Ms. Mondale, you're recognized.
Okay, this is new to me. Good evening, Chair Allen and the board and superintendent. Thank you for your time to be able to let me talk. First off, congratulations on the B-School status. Woo-woo. Okay, you guys are, and I went through the whole 67-page agenda. You guys are working really hard. I just want to appreciate that. Thank you. My name is Debbie Mondale. I've had 2 students that have gone through this public school system all the way through. My daughter's still at Polk State now, so rocking on. I'm here tonight because the combination of local and federal funding challenges has made this a moment that deserves serious attention and clear public leadership. I want to thank Superintendent Hyde for the being honest with the community about the district's financial realities this year. This kind of communication has helped people stay informed and involved. The deep cuts that Superintendent Hyde spoke of are deeply concerning. And we are glad that the frozen federal funds were released this month, though concerned about any harm that was done within those few weeks. Your letter was very powerful, and it spoke to what you were doing and what the public could do for you. And we are here for you for that. We want to know what we can do to help. But now there's another layer we can't ignore. The proposed federal education budget for 2026 includes deep cuts to the tune of $12 billion to programs that directly impact students. Part of that would go to the Polk County. You know how that goes. That includes teacher professional development, after-school programs, services for English learners, and support for migrant students. These programs are not extra. They are essential in keeping education and our community accessible, equitable, and strong across the district. Tonight, we are asking this board to take 2 clear and important steps. First, in the same spirit of the transparency of your letter, we ask that you host a public town hall to explain what this federal budget cuts proposal would mean for Polk County. Families and educators deserve the opportunity to understand what's at stake and what the district might need to do to consider in this response, and how it might relate to additional taxes needing to succeed. I mean, I know that was part of the thing on the budget agenda for today. Sorry. The town hall could also give all of you and the Polk County Public School District the ability to shine and to promote public awareness and positive recognition of the public school system that we have here. Because I think that there's a lot of misunderstanding and rumors that, persist. And if we can give a town hall and let the people know, I think that would be really awesome so you could really shine. The second, we are respectfully asking you to review and adopt the resolution being submitted tonight. The resolution is nonpartisan and focused on planning, transparency, and making sure Polk County stays ready no matter what happens at the national level. Like you, we believe every student deserves a well-funded, high-quality public education. We will help. The public needs to know how to help. So thank you very much for your time and continuing to take this moment seriously. Is it okay if the board would like to hand a copy to the resolution to review?
Thank you, Ms. Mondale.
I'm done. Take my pen.
All right, very good. Thank you, Ms. Mondale. And next up, we have Luis Feliciano.
Hello, everyone. My name is Luis. I'm here because of what's happening with the federal education funding, and it has real implications for students and educators here in Polk County. We are in a year where the district is navigating through budget decisions. On top of that, the proposed federal education budget for 2026 will cut or eliminate major programs that matter in this community. That includes after-school services. It also includes, It will include after-school services, support for English learners, major professional development for teachers, and programs that assist migrant students and multilingual families. I want to thank the board for the way you've been transparent with the public about funding challenges. That kind of honesty builds trust, and I believe the moment calls for more of that same leadership. I appreciate again the messages by Haidt. He was very direct, and he also guided the public to how to help the board and how the board can help us. We need that kind of interaction with the public here in the community, and I really appreciate that. Tonight, I'm asking the board to take two important actions. First, hold a public town hall so that people impacted by these decisions, like families, educators, students, can hear directly what this means and a chance to ask questions and offer ideas. Second, I want to express my full support for the resolution being introduced by the previous guest. It doesn't assign blame, and it simply asks Polk County should stay ready, stay transparent, and lead with the same clarity that you have already shown this year. I want to thank everybody again for listening and for your continued leadership.
All right, thank you so much for being here. So board members, within our public hearing, the first item is V1, and this is public hearing for policy updates. So this item came before the board during a previous work session and then a previous public hearing on June 10th. So I'd like to read through the, basically for the record, the policy number and name before we vote on this. So again, these are previous policies that we've assessed. Policy 1430.07 entitled Military Leave. Policy 2623, Student Assessment. Then we have Policy 3430.07, Military Leave. And then we have 4330.07, entitled Military Leave. Policy 5112, Entrance Requirements. 5225, Absences for Religious Holidays. 5335, Care of Students with Chronic Health Conditions. 5460, Graduation Requirements. 5465, General Education Development Test. 5500, Student Conduct. 7100, Facilities Planning. 7101, Building Permits and the Code Enforcement Office. And then lastly, we had 8510 entitled Wellness. So the chair will now accept a motion at this time. If you want to approve as a block or individually, what's the will of the board at this point?
Motion to approve all those as presented.
All right. I have a motion for Mr. Keys. Looking for a second? Second. All right. Ms. Fields has seconded. Any discussion, board members, on these policies? All right. Seeing none, I'll call for a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye. 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 Any opposed? And that motion carries. Next is V2, and this is the 2025-26 tentative budget and millage rates. So we do have staff members present. If you can come forward, please, and present these items to us.
Good evening. Tonight, we're going to vote on the tentative budget. So we've prepared a small presentation to go over what you will find in our budget this year. Oh, yep. The first slide represents our millage. Our gross taxable value has gone up about $5.6 billion in Polk County this year. You'll see The current year is the first column, last year is the second column. Our required local effort this year is 3.042 mils compared to 3.048 of last year. That's a variance of 600 thousandths. It did go down, but our property taxes went up, and that relationship is typically a balance. When taxes go up, our millage will go down to keep it level. There's a formula that the state uses. Our discretionary millage is consistent at 0.748. Those two together give us 3.790 operating mils, and our capital outlay is 1.5 mils, for a total of 5.290 mils. That will generate a little over $237 million in required local effort, $58.3 million in discretionary, for an operating total of $295 million. Our capital outlay is projected to generate almost $117 million, for our total estimated millage revenue of $412 million. This is an example of one of the ads. On July 27th, we published 3 ads in the Ledger, and we also posted them to our website this year. There's a new legislation where you can use that, so we wanted to run the ad for one last year in the paper and put it on the website for greater exposure and to see how it was received. The important piece is, for the required local effort, we are required to levy what's prescribed by the state in order to generate $867 million in state education grants. That's the general fund portion. The required portion has increased by 3.46%, and that represents approximately 6/10 of the total proposed taxes. We've attached a few slides to compare the second calculation from last year to the second calculation of this year. 24-25 is the first column, 25-26 is in the center, and you'll see the variance. Our total FTE has gone up almost 4,000, but a large portion of that is family empowerment scholarships and also charter schools, and we'll get into that in a little bit. From looking at this, the general consensus would say we've increased $21.7 million in gross state FEFP. We've had a few decreases in our transportation allocation and also DJJ. And academic acceleration options is the new carve-out for AP, IB, and ACE, what used to be our weighted FTE. There's a couple pages of this one. When you get down to the bottom, you'll see total K-12 funding shows an increase of $5.3 million, according to just comparing calculation to calculation. When we start to take into consideration, $4.1 million of that is required for our TSIA increase, so that comes off the discretionary portion. There is an increase into the amount we must allocate to the charter schools based on an increase in their FTE. There's a charter school worksheet that calculates that for us. Title I supplements that were previously paid out of Title I due to a redistribution of funding this year. $3.4 million of that has to go into the general fund. We have a $2.6 million increase in FRS. And this bottom, the grant positions that are on hold, has been removed because we did receive information that we were receiving that funding. In order to offset these decreases, we have chosen to increase our capital transfer. You're able to pay for those individual salaries that work on our building projects, our maintenance projects, and also our bus drivers. We've been very conservative in this amount. So this slide represents a projected budgeted unassigned and assigned ending fund balance of 3.88. That's due to our decrease in funding. And our estimated final assigned unassigned is 5.58%. So what goes into that calculation? We do have we will have vacancies, we have lapsed salaries, we also have, there are things that we can't predict at the beginning of the year, such as our utilities and a few other costs. And 1% of our fund balance is about 10.6%. Our total budget for this year is $2.5 billion again. To help you all, we added a slide on our Family Empowerment Scholarship to help you see where the FTE has changed after the scholarship was approved and the impact that it had to district funding. The way that you read this forecasted FTE is what DOE forecast in the beginning of the year. That was not available for this until 23-24. We have equal opportunity and unique abilities. Equal opportunity is general education, and unique abilities is the ESE carve out for the total FTE. And since the inception of this program in 2021, it's had a $315 million impact to our Polk County School District funding. And Dr. Allen, if you all have any questions, let me know. And on the agenda, we've simplified it this year for the resolutions to make it a little easier to read.
Thank you, Ms. Jenkins.
Welcome.
Okay, board members, again, thank you for the information, setting the stage here as we move through this tentative budget. So I'll take a motion to approve the required local effort, and I'll just restate these as noted in the documents, including prior period funding adjustment millage of 3.042 mils. Do we have a motion and a second?
So moved.
All right.
Second.
Mr. Sharpless made the motion, and Ms. Fields has seconded. Any discussion at this point? All right. I'll call for a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And that motion carries. We will now move down to the discretionary operating millage of 0.748 as stated. So do we have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Ms. White made the motion and Ms. Fields seconded. Any discussion, board members, on the discretionary? All right. I'll call for a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And that motion carries. And then we'll move to the local capital improvement. This is your capital outlay and the millage of 1.5. I'll take a motion to approve that.
So moved.
Mr. Keys made the motion
Second.
and Mr. Sharpless seconded. Any discussion on the LCI? All right, I'll call for a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And that motion carries. We're now moving to approve the resolution 2025-26-01, formally adopting the millage rates for the 2025-26 totaling 5.290 mils. So that total millage rate to be levied, as noted, is 3.46 percentage points more than the rollback rate, right? So do we have a motion and a second on that? All right. Ms. Fields made the motion.
Second.
And Mr. Keys seconded. Any discussion? All right, seeing none, I'll call for a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And that motion carries. Ms. Jenkins, how are we doing?
You're doing great.
All right, very good. Board members, I'll now take a motion to approve the resolution 2024-2501, formally adopting the millage rates for that 24-25. So do we have a motion and a second on that? All right. So Ms. Fields made the motion and Ms. Wyatt seconded. So I'll now call for a vote for that. Those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? And that motion carries. We are now down to the Resolution 2025-2602, and that's formally adopting the 25-26 tentative budget in the amount of $2.4 billion, basically $2,476,464,933. So do we have a motion and a second?
So moved.
Second.
All right, Mr. Keys made the motion and Mr. Sharpless seconded it. Any discussion, fellow board members? All right, I'll call for a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye. 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 Any opposed? And that motion carries. Now we are down to looking for a motion from you board members to submit to the property appraiser form DR-420S, and that's the certificate of taxable value, which this reflects previously approved tentative millage rates and sets the final budget hearing for Tuesday, September 9th, 2024, no earlier than 5:01 p.m. at 1915 South Floor Avenue, Bartow, Florida, 33831. Do I have a motion on that one and a second? All right, Mr. Sharpless made the motion. Looking for a second? Ms. Fields has seconded that. Any discussion at this point? All right. Those in favor signify by saying aye. 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 Any opposed? And that motion carries. Thank you so much, Ms. Jenkins. All right. At this time, we will now close the public hearing. And we will now transition back to the superintendent's report. Superintendent, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, board members. Couple quick things. Obviously, we've talked about it throughout the evening. We will do a more formal breakdown of the overall district performance, but I wanted to go ahead and give you and our community the benefit of hearing how we arrived at our B grade this year. And I'm incredibly proud of the hard work that happens and takes place in each and every classroom. And I also want to be respectful and ensure that everyone understands that this is just one measure of the health of an organization, of a school system. It is not all-encompassing. There are so many factors that are not included in the overall school grade calculation, but are difficult to measure. How do you measure empathy? How do you measure compassion? How do you measure the relationships that are established between staff and students and families? How do you measure the fact that a kid may have made a friend on the very first day or that day, or a child finally learned how to read and how to break through? Those things are not measurable right now, and unfortunately that's the case. But we are incredibly proud of the B, and here are a few facts for the board and for the community to understand. And again, we'll go deeper in depth on this in the near future. Of the 14 metrics used to calculate a district grade, we improved in 12. There were only 2 where we saw a decline, and those were in mathematics, and we'll talk about that much at length later on. And I want to make sure that everyone understands that while 9th grade algebra seems to be an area where and it is an area we need to improve, that is not a 9th grade issue. That starts in kindergarten. That starts in pre-K. And we've got to do a better job of helping students overcome this mental barrier that, quote unquote, and I'm sure some adults in the room would say the same thing, I just wasn't good at math. And there just is no such thing. They just didn't get an opportunity to learn the right way or to succeed in mathematics and have that sense of accomplishment. And so we've got to do a better job of recreating, reinventing that culture of how we teach math and how our students embrace mathematics. But that's one area we want to focus on moving forward. But I'm very proud of the fact that across the board we saw increases primarily in ELA. Our overall English language arts achievement increased 4 percentage points over the prior year. So we went from 46% to 50. Third grade reading went up by 1 point from 51 to 52. English language arts learning gains increased by 2 percentage points from 53 to 55. ELA learning gains for the lowest quartile of students increased 1 percentage point from 52 to 53. Science achievement increased by 1 point from 49% to 50. Social studies achievement increased from 66 to 70, 4 percentage point improvement. Our middle school acceleration improved from 70% to 73%, an improvement of 3. Graduation rate, as you know, improved 5 percentage points over the prior year. And our college career acceleration improved from 55 to 59%, or an increase of 4 percentage points. Total points earned went from 671 to 690, so we improved by 19 points. The percent of total points possible increased by 2, and so we are a district grade of a B. We did see a couple isolated issues with learning gains, but again, what I've reassured our staff and our principals of is at the end of the day, we can always recover those learning gains. Those are students who may not have maintained their prior year's level, but that's okay. We'll recover that learning. We'll proceed to do well. But literacy is definitely an area, as you've noted over the last 3 years, we've continued to see success. We've had intermittent success in some mathematics, but science, social studies, civics, we do incredibly well at. Proud of the graduation rate. Hope to continue to see that improve. You know what our industry certifications have looked like, improving over 1,500 new industry certifications each year over the prior year for the past 3 years. I hope that when the data plays out, we've repeated that again. So, and the board members, as you know, there are certain data points that have not been fully released to us or reported yet. And so we will have our AP passing rates, participation rates, our Cambridge, and we will have our graduation rate as late as November. So I'll keep bringing the data back to the board, but I do feel that in August, I will have the majority of data points to bring back to you so that we can talk about where those celebrations need to be. But again, this did not happen in isolation. It doesn't happen because necessarily it doesn't happen from my office. Hopefully it stems from my office. We create that culture. We provide the right supports. We nurture that, and we support our teachers and staff to the greatest extent possible so they can be successful each and every day with these students. And again, we thank parents each year for trusting us with their children. We have school starting very, very soon. It is awkward as a parent not to have this back to school startup. With my son having graduated last year, we don't get to do the back to school shopping, but I knew during the summer, I knew about 3 weeks ago, it was quickly approaching because every store already had their back to school supplies out and you couldn't avoid it. And so for those who are enjoying those last licks before school kicks off, we know what you're celebrating. We look forward to seeing them. And as you've heard me say repeatedly, there are 2 great days in the school year. The very first day of school and graduation. And the very first day of school is special because everybody shows up, they're bright, new, they're ready to meet their friends, they're excited to meet their teachers. And we've talked about this as a cabinet. And it's something that I can't take credit for. I give credit to the Osceola School District Superintendent, Dr. Shanoff, because he shared this with me and it just resonated with me. How do we make the first day of school, or how do we make every day of school the first day of school? How do we maintain that energy and that enthusiasm and that emphasis on learning and caring? And so hopefully we can talk more about that and continue that. Board knows this is our last year of our 5th year of strategic plan, and so we'll be bringing that back to you. Most of our retreats will have a dedicated portion of each time, so we can talk through those, the goals and the initiatives, and making sure that the measurable outcomes are those that align to your values and your interests. But I am proud of the work that we've done. It's been 4 long years. You know how upset I was last year that we didn't get it. We missed it by 1/10 of a percentage point in the overall calculation. So to get it this year was really a great thing for us. I think it reinforces and reinvigorates our staff, and they feel proud. I know our community is very proud, and we appreciate that support. So that concludes the superintendent's report, with the exception of the next work session and board meeting will be held on August 12th, 2025. The work session will begin at 12:30 p.m., and the board meeting will begin at 5 p.m. The meeting will be held at the district office located at 1915 South Floral Avenue in Bartow. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
All right. Thank you, son of Odin. I said, thank you, son of Odin. That's Thor. Come on.
You threw me.
It's a Thor thing.
It's a Thor. Yes. Sorry. I guess you don't watch Marvel. I don't know. All right. We are moving down to the attorney's report. Mr. Green, you are now recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have 2 items this evening. The first, I'm going to be requesting authority to advertise a public hearing to be held on September 9th of this year during the regularly scheduled board meeting for policy updates that were presented earlier today during the work session for rule development. The text of all the proposed rules scheduled for the public hearing will be available at the time the notice is published. At the risk of being a little redundant, I'll go through each of those policies for the record. 1210, Standards of Ethical Conduct. 2215, Program Instruction. 2370, Educational Options. 2370.01, Virtual Instruction. 2371, Hope Scholarships. 2440, Summer Program. 2445, Dropout Prevention and Academic Intervention Programs. 2460, Exceptional Student Education. 2520, Selection and Adoption of Instructional Materials and Equipment. 2521, Instructional Materials Program. 2522, Challenges to Adoption or Use of Instructional, Library, or Reading List Materials. 2700, Academically High-Performing School Districts. 3130, Appointment, Transfer, and Promotion of Instructional Staff. 5130, Withdrawal from School. 5410, Student Progression. 5410.01, Promotion, Acceleration, Placement, and Retention. 5780, Student Parental Rights. 6322, Construction, Contracting. 6330, Acquisition of Professional, Architectural, Engineering, Landscape Architectural, or Land Surveying Services. 6661, Instructional Materials Allocation. And last but not least, 7440.03, Small Unmanned Aircraft Systems. The recommended action, Mr. Chair, is a motion to approve those, to advertise the public hearing for those policy updates as described.
All right, Mr. Green. Board members, you've heard the recommended motion to advertise that public hearing. I'll take a motion and a second at this point.
So moved.
Second. All right, Mr. Keys made the motion and Ms. Fields has seconded. Any discussion on that item? Seeing none, I'll call for a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And that motion carries. Mr. Green, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Item 2 of 2 is a request for authority to advertise a public hearing at the September 9th, 2025 regularly scheduled school board meeting regarding revisions to the Code of Conduct pursuant to legislative changes presented earlier today at the board work session. This is specifically the legislative changes related to Florida Statutes 1006-07 that has to do with wireless communication devices. The recommended action is a motion to approve the advertisement of that public hearing on the 9th.
All right, Mr. Green, so the chair now welcomes a motion at this time. Ms. Fields made the motion and Ms. Miller has seconded. Any discussion? Seeing none, I'll call for a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And that motion carries. Anything else, Mr. Green?
No, that's all. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Great to have you with us.
Thank you.
Next item up is our auditor's report. Ms. Matthews, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. As required by the charter, the annual internal audit plan is being brought to you this evening for school board approval. It was previously emailed for your review. The audit plan is based on a comprehensive risk assessment and covers as many higher risk areas as possible, given our available resources. Audit plans must be flexible to account for unanticipated demands such as unscheduled audits and investigations. Any significant deviation from the approved audit plan will be communicated to the school board through periodic activity reports.
All right, thank you, Ms. Matthews. At this time, board members, I'll take a motion to approve the 2025-26 Internal Audit Services Audit Plan. Do I have a motion and a second?
So moved.
All right, Ms. Miller made the motion and Ms. Wyatt has seconded. Any discussion? All right, Ms. Matthews, thank you for the work that you're doing. And just as early as today, we received the Alturas audit. So appreciate the work that you are actively doing. So thank you for that. At this point now, I'll call for a vote. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? And that motion carries.
Thank you.
So much, Ms. Matthews. All right. Now we come to the part of the evening where we hear from you, board members. So we are at the board members report, and I think what I'll do is I'll start at the highest number tonight and work down. So for those that don't know what district Ms. Miller is, that's District 7. Didn't we have that conversation earlier today? Yeah.
I can't keep up with your numbers. I reminded me of that today. But I do know I'm 7. Miss Fields is 5. Okay, I don't want to keep people long. I appreciate you holding out for this very long meeting. I do want to remind the public that the College and Career Fair, Polk County Public Schools host, but it's at Florida Southern. It's August 21st from 6 to 8, and that is where all of the colleges and universities and community support agencies will be, and that's very important for our students to get an early start on what their plans are for post-secondary. I want to thank a young Polk Vision Youth Leadership graduate named Dennis Fetty. He joined us for a small tour of the district offices, and he stayed the entire work session, which I thought was awesome because that's a very long work session. But Dennis is a student at Polk Collegiate High School, and he wants to go in to public service and specifically into politics, which I think is great. He wants to be the change agent of his community, so I love that. I want to congratulate Lake Gibson High School's Gabby Villegas. She was awarded a scholarship, and she went to Erskine College to play on the first ever women's flag football team. And so we're very excited about that. Women's flag football is the new thing, I hear. So I know we'll be sending more young ladies to play flag football in college. I got to meet some of our Key Club members in Davenport and the Kiwanis Club of Davenport. Key Clubbers from Davenport and Ridge High School met on a Saturday at Loftman Oaks to help paint the new game room they're going to have as an incentive for students at Loftman Oaks Elementary. So I thought that was amazing, and I want to thank the staff of Loftman Oaks and the students that volunteered their time. I also want to thank one more volunteer. She's a teacher. Her name is Karen Brown. She has always tried to do a summer camp for students with unique abilities because there's just not a lot of opportunity. She's not paid to do this. It's something she does on her own. So for 3 weeks this summer, she named the camp after her mother who just passed. We had the Virginia Best Summer Camp, and it was an exciting time. The kids learned life skills. They had fun. I went to the last day and took part of their baking challenge. I got to vote for I thought they all should win, but we got to vote for our best baked good. But I really appreciate Karen and the staff that care about these kids through the summer. And I think that's amazing that we have those people with us. So once again, I want to remind everyone that was Northside Lakeland, Lake Gibson, and Lake Gibson Middle, who took that United Way award tonight. But I can tell you it's because the culture they create at Lake Gibson. The Great Pumpkin, that was my first visit, and it was freezing while she sat in that dunk tank, but the whole staff turned up. It wasn't about not the right hour or the fact that it was in an evening. They turned up for the students and the children of North Lakeland, so I really appreciate them. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Ms. Miller. Moving to District 6, and that's Mr. Sharpless. You're recognized.
Thank you, Board Chair Allen. First, I want to start off my board comments by welcoming the man who's at the end of the dais here, our new school board attorney, Mr. Jim Green. Welcome. I hope you had a great first meeting and time here. I know I've already been asking you quite a few questions. You'll probably say, hey, that one, I may need to hide from that one. But no, in all seriousness, thank you for stepping up and serving our district. Certainly. Absolutely. Want to give some updates. First, last month, I was elected by the membership of the Florida School Board Association to serve as the treasurer for the 2025-2026 school year. So I'm one of 5 statewide elected executive officers of the Florida School Board Association. And what does that mean? I think the most important thing is it gives Polk a seat at the leadership table in that organization. I'll be asking you all for your opinions on things, board members, and certainly we have great board director there and board chair Allen as well. like I said earlier, with advocacy with Ms. Fields, Board Member Fields, but serving as an executive officer is an honor and a privilege, and I look forward to using that position to advance public education in the state of Florida. Also, another thing that does is it saves us money. The Florida School Board Association will now be picking up quite a bit of my cost on travel and conferences, and I'm always trying to be cognizant of our taxpayer dollars that we spend in our district, and so the FSBA can pick up the tab on some of that stuff. Last month also, I went to the Florida FFA State Convention. Those of you that know me know the FFA is an organization that is near and dear to my heart. I want to congratulate a couple students that represented or are now representing the entire state of Florida. So first, Lake Gibson's own Caitlin Robertson. She served as the 2024-2025 state vice president representing Polk County. So she's a great young lady and just a product of Polk County Public Schools. I want to make sure to congratulate her. And the person who was elected to 2025-2026 is also a Polk County resident, Clayton Keene Jr. He's from Lake Wells High School, and he's the son of our senior coordinator of vehicle services here in Polk County for Polk County Public Schools, Clayton Keene Sr. So I want to make sure they get a shout out as well. A big honor for me personally. At the FFA State Convention, I was awarded the honorary state FFA degree. And just as an organization that I've dedicated quite a bit of time and effort to, it meant a lot to get recognized. Last week, I attended the Polk County Public Schools Office of Business Opportunities Lunch and Learn that focused on empowering small businesses for growth and success. So we had plenty of small businesses here, and they're trying to learn as much as they can about our district and how we can possibly in the future, collaborate. I want to congratulate and thank Board Member Lisa Miller for her great keynote address at the Polk Vision Youth Leadership graduation for Class 7. Good job. You're welcome. I attended that as well. And then I left straight from there and went to Lakeland to the Lakeland NAACP Meet the Principal event. And I got to tell you, that was a very it was one of the best events I've been to. It was awesome to see our principals celebrated up there meeting the community. And so I want to thank their president, Mr. Coney, for just setting that up, and all of our administrators who just that same day, that morning all the way through, was in service, and they went to the event afterwards. And so I got to give a huge shout out to our administrators for doing that, and just the public for attending. Two more things. Last night I attended summer graduation. It was truly a touching event. Only a handful of students, a little over 20. But what I thought was so great is that those students deserve to be celebrated just as much as the ones that graduated at RP Center, and we did it. We even shot the confetti out like we did at RP Center, and I just want to give a shout out to everyone involved in that. It's just important that we celebrate all of our students' success, and the fact that one thing Superintendent Hyde said that I appreciate, it's not when you finish, but it's that you finish, right? They finished and they crossed that line. They got their graduation. So certainly appreciate that. And of course, like we've been saying, super proud of the B grade of our district. I represent District 6, and I just want to highlight two schools out of District 6 that I'm very impressed with. Now, I'm impressed with a lot of them, but these two in particular, McLaughlin Academy of Excellence moved from a D to a C, and that's a big deal for McLaughlin Academy of Excellence, the fact that they moved that up to a C grade, as well as Frostproof Middle Senior moved from a C to a B last year. And so those two, improving their grades, I'm impressed. It's just been... The reason why I went so long is we were, almost beginning of June to the end of July. It's been a big time that we've been apart. So thank you all very much, and that's my full report, Board Chair.
All right, thank you, Vice Chair Sharpless. And we are now moving to District 5. That would be Ms. Fields. You are recognized.
Thank you. I don't really have a lot, but I do want to say a few things. I want to commend and congratulate Superintendent Hyde for the involvement that you've done since you've come with United Way, and the emphasis that you've shown on it, and being very excited about being the winner of the award that we're going to take from you next year. And I want to thank the board for listening. I've been pleading for some years now. I want to thank you all for stepping up and making an impact in our community beyond what you already are doing. So thank you all for that. I also want to commend a couple of schools, as Mr. Sharpless did. Very, very proud of all of our schools and our employees. And lots of times when we have board meetings, some words are not always kind about what we are doing and how hard our teachers and our educators and our employees, everybody in their respective places are really doing, and the students and their families. And so I want to commend everybody for helping to ensure that we're continuing to do better academically. But I want to shout out to Kathleen High School, going from a D to a C. And I think Mr. Keyes referenced why Kathleen had such a high percentage in choice out, I believe. And I think a lot of that has to do with the image, and we can talk about that at another given time, but that going from a D to a C definitely can help with the image. And all of my children and my husband graduated from Kathleen High School, and so we're very proud of the work that's done there. I also wanted to acknowledge, and I'm sure Superintendent Hyde saw this in looking at the data, that the Real Academy went from unsatisfactory to commendable, I believe. I'm not commendable, maintaining. So they made some progress. And to me, that is very good, especially as many of them relocated to other places, but they still should be proud of their work. And then I want to commend Mr. Sharpless for being elected as treasurer for the School Board Association. That's a big deal, and that's great representation for us. So thank you for your willingness to do that. And then this morning, as I was coming to the school board meeting, I stopped by North Lakeland Elementary School because I didn't get to go last night. It was too late when I left from a meeting here. But Miss Berrien is the new principal there, and she is excited. She's on fire. And I think that she's going to do a great job, and she's got great staff. And even though they lost quite a few of their staff members, she's excited about the ones that's there, and I am too. And we just need to embrace and support as best we can. And then the last question that I have is to Superintendent Hyde. What are we going to do to celebrate making a B? We're talking about working towards an A. Let's celebrate what we just did. And we need to come up with something. I don't know what it needs to look like, but we really need to celebrate and include the community on what we've been able to accomplish.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's,
We'll bring some ideas.
I'm challenging you on that.
Yes, ma'am.
And that ends my report.
Ms. Fields, thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
We are moving to District 4. Ms. Wyatt, you are recognized.
Thank you. As Mr. Sharpless said, it's been a long time since we met, so there's been a lot of great things happening, even though it's summer. First, I just want to commend Superintendent Hyde and his team on a great leadership academy at the beginning of summer. I know that seems like a lifetime ago because it really was 6 or 7 weeks ago. But the energy from our principals and district leaders, having everyone in the same place for 2 days, which I'm pretty sure is the only 2 days that happens all year long, is really exciting. I know Ms. Pasco commented on it's the only time she's ever gotten cheers at the end of her presentation when she presented on SAP. So kudos to the SAP presentation, because I know it left lots of our leaders excited about the future of our data systems as well. But great work on the days that you put together. And that really goes to Ms. Winchester because we know that she does a lot of that as well. I also just want to give kudos to, and I know Kim was here earlier, but to Polk Vision and their youth leadership program. I had the opportunity to speak with them. I missed their graduation last week, but the future is bright when you talk to those students and some of the things that they're looking at. The number of them that indicated they were interested in bringing their talents back to Polk County was exciting, because it's great. Go off and get your education, but bring those talents back here and see how we can contribute right here in Polk County. So it's exciting to see that they're staying involved. I know we had one join us for work session today, but how we can continue to keep them engaged in not only Polk County Public Schools, but Polk County as a whole. We are closing in on the summer. Lots of exciting events coming up with back to school. As Mr. Sharpless mentioned, summer graduation is always an exciting time. Those students made it. It may have taken a few extra weeks, but we made it. And getting to celebrate with them. I know Superintendent Hyde earlier was talking about one of the students jumping up and down and making dents on her car. But that's how excited they are when it really, a lot of times those are the students that whether or not you're going to graduate is really a question towards the end of the year. And they did it, and we're so proud of them. And I am going to leave it at that because I know we've been here a long time.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Wyatt. We are moving to District 2, and that'd be Mr. Keys. You are recognized.
Thank you, Chair Allen. I'm going to move this very quick. Also attended a lot of events. We had a big gap there. The first of those was the Leadership Academy. Thought that the theme was good with Every Step Counts, and it was as coming on new to the board to see all of our administrators at that event. I walked in, I was like, oh my gosh, this is absolutely huge. But what a great time to come together and to celebrate each other. Also was able to later on go to the summer trades camp. Their graduation, their ceremony at Ridge, we've expanded that program from one site to 2 sites. And to see the excitement that those students had going through the program, learning the different trades, I think is just absolutely remarkable. And to see them go through that was fun, and to see their excitement that. Later after that, the Sports Hall of Fame, and to see some of our students who have achieved so much. And I was just amazed by some of these student athletes and the amount of recognition they've got and medals they received. And we have a very, very strong and proud sports heritage here in Polk County, and it was awesome to celebrate those students. Followed that up with not necessarily the district event, but went to the Terry Hines Memorial Scholarship Shoot. And if you guys remember, Terry was a student at Lake Region who'd passed away in a car accident. Was an active member of FFA. I believe was the president of the Lake Region chapter. And what an awesome time to celebrate his legacy and the things that Terry was involved in, and was an avid clay shooter. Kudos to the sharpshooters again for coming out victorious. The district's team there, we beat the other team that the district represented there, but what an awesome opportunity to celebrate Terry's legacy. Also went to the Polk Vision Youth Leadership graduation to see those students go through that, and I'll echo Mrs. Wyatt saying what an awesome opportunity to be there to celebrate that, to hear the amazing Mrs. Miller and her keynote address, but also the encouragement of those students saying they want to bring their talents back to Polk County is absolutely fabulous, and we love to see that. Also went to the NAACP Meet the Principals event. Again, I was amazed, like Mr. Sharpless. Wow, the amount they had an in-session all day long, and the amount of not only that we had some district staff there, but the principals that showed up to come and meet the community. It was absolutely fabulous. I was floored. I think, as a matter of fact, if I'm correct, there were more PCPS staff and administration there than there were the rest of the community. So what a shout out to them for showing up and for being willing to come in and address the community. And then finally, as Mr. Sharpless mentioned, to the summer graduation, not a lot of students, but wow, strong to the finish. Was glad to share in that, and you're right, we should celebrate all those and to have the opportunity to share that experience with them, and I was amazed too, as well as the confetti cannons. We went all out on that one, and to see the excitement in those students' eyes, and just the pride they had. This is the end of a long summer for them, but to say, hey, I'm willing to step there and to walk, and the pride they had in doing that, and what an honor to celebrate their accomplishment with them. And that concludes my report.
All right, Mr. Keys, thank you. And I'll try to keep mine brief as well. Again, love taking part in so many of these activities that y'all have mentioned as well. I was just going to make a statement about the summer graduation last night. Who knows what kind of barriers were in the way of these students. But things that I saw as the students walked across to receive their diploma last night, I think we had one student that was an honors student, had honor cords. We had, several students that have committed to serve in the military. There's so many JROTC, just decked out students with their awards. So who knows what the barriers were, but just thanks to our administrators to helping them to get, over that line, to cross the stage and receive that diploma, which means so much, as Superintendent Hyde tells us all the time. That diploma, we want it to mean something, and it means something. So that was pretty incredible. And then we had that one student that trickled in late after the ceremony was completely over. They were late, and we re-simulated for that one student to make sure that we called her name. She was able to walk across the stage, which was really cool, part of that event last night. I talked about the heat advisory and everything earlier in my comments during work session and also at the board meeting tonight. So I just wanted to give a little glimpse into what happened at Philip O'Brien. Again, this is happening all across the district, and it's pretty amazing. But just recently we had, approximately 60 volunteers that showed up. And I just want to say thanks to Miss Reba Coyle. I mean, our community liaisons, they do the work. They are building all these partnerships, but she's literally out there in the heat of the day pulling weeds alongside everybody else. It's not, there's not a separation. She's coming alongside in the midst of that, and that's truly what a helpmeet is. And she's doing that for our principals, and that principal is a new principal coming into this school that has struggled. We've had several principals that have turned over at that school, but she felt just valued to see that type of community support already come around. So I just want to say thanks to the city of Lakeland for donating all the flowers. I mean, we had a trailer full of flowers that came that were planted all across that campus. Advanced Refrigeration Services, they provided the lunch for the group that day. Donations for toilet paper holders, all kinds of things for the bathrooms, which are much needed. The Polk County Sheriff Office, the Lakeland Realtors, Lock Insurance, S&D Real Estate. Andrea Anderson is incredible. I mean, she truly was the leader of bringing all these volunteers around for that day. And if you don't know her, I would highly recommend it. Recommend knowing her. She's serving on our half-cent sales tax oversight committee as well. I really appreciate the work that she did to organize that event as well. And then this is like the boring stuff from a chair standpoint. And, we get a chance to sit in on these audit conferences. And, here you're in the superintendent's office, you've got all the staff members around, and you have the state auditor come in, and she's been doing it since 1987. It was a crazy long time as she's doing these audits, but I felt like I was in the principal's office, where, she pulls you aside and asks you all these hard questions, are you familiar with any fraud and yada yada, all these things. I definitely felt like I was in the principal's office. But when I reflect and I look at the staff, Superintendent, you've got a great team around you, and I like it. I think the audits are really intriguing just to see the organization around that from an accountability standpoint. I definitely value that and the data that's being collected and assessed around that. But all the touch points were already in place, all the schedules in alignment. It was really neat to see your team work and do their duties with diligence and efficiency and excellence. So you've got a great team around you. So, and that's why we have a B, and we're moving forward with that. So there's a lot to celebrate. So I appreciate the work of our staff back there and that's been hanging out with us today. So it's great to be a part of this. So that concludes my board report tonight, board members. Thank you for your work and everything that you all are taking part in. All right, we are going to now transition to our public comment. Thank you for your patience. As noted, it's been a long time since we've been together. So the next item on our agenda is public comments addressing items not on our agenda tonight. So as noted earlier, to register to speak, you sign up early on and you fill out the card in the lobby and you've got 3 minutes to speak. The light's going to turn yellow when you have 1 minute left, and you'll hear a beep when your time is concluded. So please note that although the board encourages community participation, no immediate action is going to be taking place on the items presented during the public comment portion of the meeting. If a follow-up board action is required, then that matter may be placed on the agenda at a subsequent meeting in accordance with school board policy. So I have a list of the individuals to speak, so if you could please come forward when I call your name. Bishop Mincy was signed up, and I'm not sure if he's around. I did see him escape out. So then we go from there. We have Josh Borum, if you can come forward. You can just state your name and your address for the record, and then you'll have those 3 minutes to speak. And then on deck, we have Deborah Mondale. And there's a red line over there for Deborah. You can just get lined up over there on the side of the wall. So, Mr. Borum, you are recognized.
Thank you. Before I get started, can I ask you a question? Just rules, procedures. As you can see, I put a lot of effort into this. I just want to ask if I can have an extra minute or two if I end up short on my 3 minutes before I finish the slides. Is that allowed?
I got to keep to policy on the 3 minutes, so if you can sort of move pretty quickly on that.
I'd ask. Okay. Well, thank you and congratulations, you guys, for the B rating. My name is Joshua Borum. I'm a 20-year resident of Polk County. I'm the owner of Borum Fire Protection, and we're at 3705 US Highway 98 South in Lakeland. For the last year, my team of employees has been servicing Polk County's fire extinguishers and kitchen hood fire suppression systems, Polk County schools, I'm sorry. Near the end of the year, the project went back out to a competitive bid, and a different company was awarded the bid due to the pricing numbers that came up. I absolutely assure you all I'm not here as a business owner who's mad about losing a big customer. That's not my angle whatsoever. I'm here because the primary awardee, FFP Fire, does not meet the requirements of being the lowest responsive and responsible bidder, and it's tremendously unfair for them to have the award. If I had lost fair and square, I wouldn't be here, and I wouldn't have spent the time and money on these materials I'm about to show you. My case is twofold. Number one, the awardee, FFP Fire, doesn't meet the license requirements of your bid documents. It's simple but true. It may sound unbelievable to the people listening to me. They do not meet it, and I'll show you that here in just a moment. My second point is FFP Fire is clearly unfit for the logistics and the scope of this project. I've been communicating with your procurement department, Superintendent Hyde, and even your attorney, but they're not making the corrections to what's needed to happen, so that's why I'm here tonight. I believe this bid is on the consent agenda tonight. I guess I'm late for that, but here I am. So I just want to jump right into this right here. Your Polk County Schools invitation, sorry about that, must have been from my knees. Invitation to bid document requires bidder must have a Class A license. It says must. It doesn't say should or might or want to or preferred. It says must. The people you guys awarded it to, FFP Fire, has a Class C license. That's less than a Class A license. This is how plain and clear it is. It's plain English. Here's an email from Superintendent Hyde saying we know they don't have the license that's required. And the people that was awarded to say they're going to send it to a partner group to help them do the work they're not licensed for. My company, Borum Fire, has a Class A license. I'm going to move fast. That clock is moving. Subcontracting is not allowed in your bid documents. Mr. Hyde's email says they're going to use a partner group to do the work that they're not licensed to do. FFP Fire does not have the capacity to do the job. They have 2 permitted technicians. My company has 11. They don't have the experience. They've been in business less than 2 years. I'm going to have to stop early. FFP Fire is run out of a home garage. This is who your procurement department has awarded this bid to. A home garage company. I have 5 seconds left. Shall I continue or not?
That's it, Mr. Borum.
Did you say stop?
Yep, that is it. Thank you.
I'll follow up with an email.
Thanks for being here. Ms. Mondale? And then...
Folks, I had a handout, if I may, for the...
Stamp.
You can hand those.
Yeah, you can hand those out. It'll be fine, Josh. What is that, ma'am?
I already did speak. I think I might have spoken in the wrong category.
Okay.
But you guys know what I want.
All right. Thank you. And Louis, did you want to waive your right as well? Okay. Thanks for being here with us throughout the whole evening as well. Appreciate your words. All right, board members. Next order of business is adjournment. Superintendent, appreciate it. Board members, any other further business to come before the board? All right. At this time, this meeting is now adjourned. Thank you.